Under the false accusations of my parents' biological daughter, my childhood sweetheart and fiancé personally sent me to a so-called ladies' academy to be corrected. He believed this would help me become more obedient. However, by the time he realized what I had gone through, I was no longer the same person. It was snowing heavily on the day I was released. Victor Whitmore and his assistant stood outside the cold gates holding umbrellas. President Whitmore, Miss Bennett has spent a year in reform, the assistant said. She must be refined and gentle now. She'll surely run into your arms like before. Victor didn't respond at first, his gaze fixed on the facility's gate. As long as she's changed, the engagement will be honored, he finally said, his tone cold. He lifted his gaze to the entrance and spotted a frail girl in a thin dress walking toward him. His brows snapped together. When he focused, his pupils shrank dramatically. Victor stared, stunned. One gust might topple that slender silhouette. Yet the girl was me. An invisible hand seemed to clutch his heart in an instant. I only glanced at him briefly before dropping my eyes to the snow. President Whitmore, I murmured. His frown deepened. I heard the confusion in his voice. Elena, are you putting on this act deliberately for my benefit? He asked, his gaze hard. My throat felt dry. Where's my brother? I was told he'd be the one picking me up. A maid quickly informed me. Your brother went out with Annie to pick out a necklace. The chill in the air froze my face, but I could only feel the deep ache inside. So he's with Annabelle, I thought bitterly. Julian had stopped being my brother long ago. Victor took a long look at me. The program did an adequate job. Remember, you're still the eldest Miss Bennett, and our engagement still stands. Eldest Miss Bennett? I repeated softly, eyes still down. Inside, I felt as hollow as the snow underfoot. A year of punishment and silence had scraped me raw. Victor's eyes narrowed. Why are you still standing there? Get in the car. My clothes are filthy, I said. I'll dirty your seats. He snapped. Ever since you walked out, you've worn that ghost face. What do I owe you? You think a year of discipline was unfair? You're paying for your mistake. I didn't argue. I stood still, wordless. He growled, get in, and climbed in, slamming the door so hard I almost lost my balance. After a moment, I moved toward the car, opened the front passenger door, and sat beside the driver. Victor's assistant stared, stunned. I didn't care. 2 seconds passed before Victor flung open the door again, yanked my wrist, and dragged me out. I hit the snow hard. I try to treat you well, and this is how you repay me, he spat. Fine, walk home. He got in and drove off. I didn't cry. I got up, brushed the snow off, and walked. The wind bit into my skin, slicing like knives. I walked anyway, step after stubborn step. They owed me nothing, and I had nothing left to give. The warmth in the Bennett home was never mine. I wouldn't play the fool anymore. 1 year of pain was payment enough. Through the rearview mirror, Victor stared at the white void behind him. Then he barked. Why are you driving so fast? Trying to get us hurt? The assistant eased off the gas. The needle barely hit 30. Eventually, I appeared in the mirror, limping, shivering, but walking. As I reached the Bennett gate, I saw Adeline, my mother, waiting in a fur coat. Annabelle was clinging sweetly to her arm. Julian stood nearby. The snow fell harder, and I could barely make out her form as she hurried toward me, her voice calling my name. Elena, she cried. I quickened my pace, but she was already there, holding an umbrella over my head. Sis, you're finally back. We've been waiting so long. My mother's voice was full of warmth, but I couldn't